Again, throws it up. Go! It goes in! This is incredible. Have you ever seen a team that's down 12 with a minute to go as happy as the Phoenix Suns are right now?
We start the whip around in the NBA. Epic night for Devin Booker. 70 points in Boston for the second-year Phoenix Sun player. He's 20 years old, Dylan McGordy, and he scored 70 points in an NBA game. I know the Suns got blasted. The 10-point deficit in which they lost this game does little to tell the whole story. They were trailing by basically 24 the entire game. But if you score 70 against NBA competition, I don't care if your team loses by 100.
I agree.
Put into perspective what we saw tonight in Beantown.
Completely unfathomable, unbelievable. 24 of 26 from the free throw line. I love how aggressive he was getting to the rack and thus getting to the free throw line. Only 4 of 11 from 3. I say only. Pretty good night from beyond the arc. But this was all about the second half for Booker, where he dropped 51 points. He went into the locker room. He's having a good night. He's having a night that very well might lead the local sports Phoenix news edition, where they say, Devin Booker had 41. Nice. Now let's get to the big dance. But he just exploded in the second half, had so much confidence in his game. We know he's offensively talented. We know he's a streaky shooter that mostly is a great shooter. But the mid-range game, the points in the paint, he just showed you a full repertoire of a completely full realized offensive player that at 20, you start to really open up your mind of what's possible for this kid.
We think of the shooting guards in the NBA that are the best of the best. Klay Thompson, Brad Beal. I don't know if I'm forgetting a name. Help me out. Where does Devin Booker rank right now? And can he one day be the best if he isn't already?
I didn't think so. Now I think anything's possible because I didn't think him going for 70 or scoring 51 and a half was possible. Now you got to sort of recalibrate what this kid is capable of. I don't think he's Klay Thompson yet. I don't think he's Brad Beal yet. But I think at 20 years old, I was joking with you, he can't even buy himself a six-pack to celebrate tonight.
It sucks.
Sure, someone will help him out with that. But the reality is, I think you're looking at a player that can certainly become the best shooting guard in the league. And you wonder, as you know, the Russell Westbrook's in his 9th year, LeBron into his 30s, we started to sort of define the next tier, the next guard of young players that the torch was going to get handed to. And we figure it's Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
This guy's firmly in that tier with one output of one game, a number that will be connected with him forever. The way we think 81 when we think Kobe, when you think Devin Booker, you're going to think 70 unless he's got more in his pocket.
This dude's 20 years old and he scores 70 points in an NBA game.
Hey, the fresh line in there. Come on now.
I was born 12 years before he was, and I can't even hold a damn pen during a 120.
You're a terrible pen holder.